You're listening to For Better and Worse with Jess and Rach.
2 weeks in a damn row we did it.
Going off.
We will get the hang of this sooner or later. Thanks for sticking with us.
Sooner or later, it's only episode 29.
Ooh.
Episode 20. You're
And my
Jess's
30th?
birthday.
My 30th? Yeah, birthday's coming up. What
I
if
know.
did 30 on 30 on 30.
I really wish that we are literally like 2 weeks because we could have had your 30th birthday episode
On my birthday week.
It would
Would
have
have
been great.
been just too, the cosmos would align too much. Something fucked up would happen.
Can't count on the cosmos that much.
No, we don't.
But we also have new microphone covers, fun colors,
Let's
babe.
go. Let's fucking go.
I-
They're cute as fuck. You can't see them.
Herschel tore up one of mine, so
But they're cute and they make things fun and they spice things up and we love it.
we love a little spice.
Spice.
Speaking of spice, not really.
Wow.
Spice at all.
What-
I just
what
thought
a segue. I was
wouldn't
like,
that be-
damn, did we plan that?
No, but I wanted to bring up something very important. I think maybe other people can relate, other people can understand. So I have an aging parent, so like I'm taking care of a 77-year-old man. So I'm like 20, like I'm all you middle-aged ladies that might be listening, I feel you on taking care of your parent. But yesterday, my dad had a procedure done, and so like I was taking care of him, drove him to the doctor or the surgery appointment, took him home, fed him, blah blah blah. I'm walking around his kitchen,
Oh no.
and it's like you just know when someone grew up poor, and my dad gets away with it because he's like an eco guy, eco conscious.
He is. He's
Yeah.
outdoorsman at heart. So it's like
Yeah.
he's a real simple man, you know?
I got him a rotisserie. A little rotisserie.
We love a rotisserie.
So-
especially in a pinch. A rotisserie will really just come in clutch.
And it was good. It was good. I, made him a little chicken quesadilla.
Ooh,
But I decided to shred up the chicken and put it in the fridge for him. So if he wanted to put it on a salad, wanted another chicken quesadilla,
that's
he had
the
the
thing about a
shredded chicken.
rotisserie. So universal.
They'll come in clutch for you. There's a lot
All
of meat
week.
on them suckers.
All week long.
All
It
week
will.
long.
It will show up for you.
Chicken noodle soup, you want it? You got it.
Anything. I
Anything
love
you
a
want.
good rotisserie.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I got it. I thought if you didn't think I was going to immediately picking up the rotisserie and didn't think I would talk about it on the pod, you're wrong.
Right.
But I get a bowl because like obviously finding Tupperware in this man's house was going to be impossible. And so I'm like, he's got to have aluminum foil. He surely did, Jess.
Don't tell me
Just-
saves them.
Just previously used. There's a pile of used aluminum foil, like paper towels.
No.
Yep.
No.
And the icing on the cake, he's a real eco guy, big eco guy. Tortilla bags, the Ziploc bags that tortillas come in. He has those just
Wow.
stacked up. He won't get rid of them.
Wow.
And I was just thinking to myself, like,
That is next level. That's old people
that's
stuff.
old people stuff, man. And it's like,
Hate to see that
did you grow up
happen.
in the Depression or did you grow up in the Depression? 1944, Larry Roche was born. And I'm like, Dad, do you think we're going to have a shortage on aluminum foil? Because I see the banana bread crust on that piece.
Oh my gosh.
And I just had to be like,
This is contamination at this point. Cross contamination. We can't be having that.
no, yeah, the banana bread crust. I was
my
like, he
God.
would use it. So, I just put it on top of that bowl and put that rotisserie chicken in the
Oh no.
embarrassing. It's like my dad always like, I've always known his vibe. And luckily, like my friends have always known his vibe. But if you didn't know my dad's vibe, you would honestly think that he was homeless. Like truly, he drove this van that the doors didn't work for a really long time.
He just,
Um,
he wants to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Yeah. I don't
And he sticks to it through and through.
but I don't know if he knows he's doing that.
That's a dedication for me.
Yeah, but he's doing the work here. So, we also Josh and I couldn't bear to stand it. He had this water bottle, which was really weird. It was like a cup and then it was like a twist on, but it had like a spout that had at one point had a lid for it, but the lid was lost. And so one of his friends had carved a cork out of a wine cork to plug it up so it wouldn't spill. And Josh and I,
MacGyver shit.
Josh and I went to Target and we were like, we can't watch this anymore.
Oh my God.
Dad, also just the BPA that's probably in that plastic over the past 10 years.
Go.
It's got to go, kid.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. So that's that on Lair. He's okay. He's recovering.
Good. Love to hear that. That's funny.
I just
straight to jail.
Straight to jail, Dad.
Love it.
Perfect. Do you have any quips? Any quips from your week, babe?
So I had a wedding over the weekend.
Okay.
And I showed up, was having one of those like bad body days, you know?
We have them.
I got through it, whatever, bear down, just whoop, got right through it, showed up, and my bride, without even saying hello, says, "You can't wear that, you'll pee your pants." She said, "You're going to pee your pants." She knows my problem. She's a good friend of mine, so she knew I was like going to stay and hang. She's like, you can't wear that, you'll pee your pants. I was
like,
not
not wearing a dress?
No one's wearing a jumpsuit.
Oh.
Which is not, never easy to get in and out of.
Not a good pee pants fit.
No, it really isn't. Because like I said, I got 30 seconds. So it was really funny that I was like, wow, everyone in the world knows about that. And that is what it is. But I was like, don't worry. Don't fret. I bought a change of clothes, which I did. But I didn't have to use it.
Okay, good.
Didn't pee my pants.
That wedding was dope. Unreal.
It was.
Just her photography, everyone. 1 in a million. She's a talent. She's a wonder.
Thank you.
She has dope clients.
I do have dope clients. She's a good friend of mine, too. So it was like a double whammy, that you feel closely tied to.
Yes.
So it was like, that's when I do my best work.
Speaking of brides that are friends with us, another seamless segue.
Love it.
So last week we were talking about like our like ceremony tips and tricks, and naturally got off on a tangent about making sure to take photos with your grandparents. And that was stemmed from the wedding that I talked about in that episode, which was like our friend Lily. During her wedding, her mom, it was a mix of like her mom going off script with a photo list and like it just like being hot out, and like we didn't get photos with Lily's grandma or any grandparents, but like on Brandon's side we did. Like I took photos with Brandon and his grandparents, so like I know had I been in my groove it would have been done. But since we did like a couple big group shots that I wasn't planning on, it just like left my mind, whatever happened. But Lily's grandma unexpectedly passed away like 4 days ago. And it was like, I just delivered her gallery. So I was like, it was like fresh, like I was really sad that like she didn't have those moments with her grandma on that day. So luckily, thankfully, we know a little gem named Kat Dossett.
God bless her.
God bless her, who knows what she's doing in Photoshop. And so I was able to send like a big family group photo and a photo of Lily and her mom, and Kat photoshopped her grandma with
cool.
Yeah. And so I printed it out and dropped it off at Lily's house because she lives near me.
What a good friend.
I killed me. You know what I mean?
I'm eating sprees, so I just don't know if it's being picked up.
Being picked up. Yeah,
I hate to switch the topic, but no, that's awesome. God bless Kat.
God bless Kat for any of your photoshopping needs.
For real, funny you bring that up. I'm in this group text with different photographers in the area, and this one photographer asked, "Hey, mother of the bride just reached out to me and asked if I could Photoshop her stomach to be flatter in all the photos." Oh
God! And
she was like, "Know anyone I can outsource this to?" I was like, first off, why are we not talking about that? This is like a no-go. No, that's your body.
No.
That's just a hard no.
Also, just put it in that Facetune app.
Oh, yeah. You just reshape.
Yeah, I've had
that's a problem.
I've had clients with body dysmorphia do that, but run it by me. They just like, they couldn't handle, like they won't.
Facetune be ruining the world, dude.
I know it does. It's fucked up. But I was just like, don't tag me in it. Don't touch the color.
Yeah.
If you really like,
I'm
It's
not
your deal.
responsible.
I'm not responsible for this, but
For your-
I
whatever
said
makes you
go
feel
to
good.
therapy.
Hashtag therapy, please.
I should go to therapy. The other thing I would bring up, which the world talks about manifestation, right? Manifest your dreams, manifest your life, right?
Yep.
Never done that. But I do believe I have been reverse manifesting something for about a month.
And reverse manifesting, you mean like, I truly don't want this to happen. I don't want this
Yes.
to happen. I don't want this to happen.
But just imagining it happening and going through the motions of it happening. And like it's rooted in anxiety. But I was thinking to myself probably like a month or two ago, like as I'm like kind of worried about money because I've got like too many businesses right now. And I want to save for a wedding / a house eventually before I die. And I was like, you know what would really piss me off? If I had to get a flat tire and buy 2 new tires. And like I would think about it like when I went on that trip down with my mom and my sister, and like just thinking about like, what if I got a flat tire? What if I got a flat tire? What if I got a flat tire?
That happens all the time.
Yep.
It happened to me.
Yep, I got a flat tire.
Rach is not
Driving home in my feels, listening to the Pretty Odd album by Panic at the Disco, their best album, one of my favorite albums of all time, in my nostalgic feels. And didn't even feel it happen. I was pulling into my driveway and I heard that dun, 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 dun. And it just like, it's a puncture wound. Got a puncture wound. Like it wasn't like I hit anything. It was just a knife in the street or something.
We know that feeling. It wasn't the first time you and me have had a flat tire.
You looked at me. We were driving home from Jess's bachelorette, and you just know it. I looked at Jess. I was like, "You got a flat tire?" You're like, "No."
Hey, could it be me on my deathbed driving home? Like what? 40 minutes from home?
Yep.
No. What a fucking story that was. Well,
I was wearing like an all spandex outfit as well.
We were
the
naked.
tightest leggings.
We were half
tube
naked.
top.
We were half naked. It was hot that day. We needed to get home ASAP.
We weren't thinking clearly, because had I been thinking clearly, I would have remembered right away that I had AAA, and we wouldn't have had to call Joe, who notoriously is terrible in stressful situations.
It wasn't
seen
good.
It. Never seen anything like it.
No.
I was just sitting in the car as Joe's driving us back, like,
yeah.
awkward. Jess is shutting down.
I'm like, I'm losing it. I'm absolutely losing it. Good times.
But yeah, I reverse manifested myself. But luckily, thank God for Cher, because I just was like, I was like, I need to borrow your car. Like, Mom had to drop me off because the next morning at 6 a.m. I had to go take Dad to the doctors, the hospital, for his surgery. And so Mom had to drop me off at 6 a.m. to Dad's house, because then we took his car. And then she let me take, because I had to be up in Cleveland at 9 for a shoot this morning.
So inconvenient, right?
But she's like, I'll take it to the tire shop, and I'll make sure. And I'm like, that's what, if you're gonna be a mother, be like Cher, you know?
Love
just
it.
Without questions, she just knows that I would drive on that donut until it popped. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Later me problem.
Mm-hmm. A later me problem. We were not worrying about it now.
Classic later me.
Classic later me.
Classic later me.
Oh, I do have one quick thing to bring up.
Okay.
Because I thought of this as it happened last week. I was by myself when Joe was out of town a few weeks ago, and I was thinking about this because I was had some visitors, and I was thinking, like, what am I doing before people get here? Like, I have been notoriously cleaning for about an hour and a half. I don't want you to know that, though. So it's like, when you get here, should I just be sitting here waiting for you? Should I be acting like I'm busy? But then I don't want them to think that, like, you're intruding or you're, you know? What do you do? What are you doing when people come over? Like, you want to be sitting at lounging TV, like, oh, hey, pleasure to see you here. Like, I've been awaiting your presence for a long time now, since we've come up with this plan.
Interesting.
And I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I doing with my hands? What am I doing with my body in space?
I'm trying to think of the last time I had like guests over.
You know, like, do you just meet them out? Like, go to the door?
I usually do.
See, that's a nice thing to do. I
But
got
at
dogs,
my mom's
though.
house, if it's guests that have not been to the house before, I usually have to wait at the end of the driveway because, you know, like, we live in that weird like side road that people always miss.
Yeah.
So normally it's like I've never had to like have people come up to the door because I'm always like walking out like, it's over here, park here.
Yeah.
One of those situations. But no, I don't have friends or guests.
I just, yeah.
It is weird though.
It is like, what am I supposed to be doing when you get here that makes you feel comfortable? I'm always thinking about
grab a bottle of wine.
I know. I'm always with the alcohol. I'm always quick. I'm quick with it.
What do you want? What do you want? What can I grab you?
I'm a host with the most.
With most, yeah.
I love to host. So I want to make sure people are comfortable because I know going in people's houses, like, I don't, I just am aware of that. But it made me think about this time that I went to Joe's house back before we lived together. He was living with his friends in this house down in Akron, and he totally staged this shit thinking back on it. Dude, he was listening to like some record player, like Lumineers or something, and he was like writing like poetry. I was like, literally speaking writing of things you should be doing when someone arrives, like, of course these naturally, yeah. There were candles lit. It's like naturally nervous Joe is awaiting me to show up, and he's like, "Oh, gotta be doing something that she might think is attractive." I know.
And were you attracted? Yeah,
I was like, this dude, and he had like a book. Right. Yeah, he had what's that? Like Lever Wild poetry book. I was like, love it. Keep it up, dude, you big poetry guy. He is not, by the way, but he put on this front. He's like, this is what I'm going to be doing when she shows up. Just writing like poetry. Like, and they like subtly hit it like I wasn't going to notice or ask about him. Like, what are you writing? Oh my God. Yeah. Made me think of that though. Just like shit you should be doing when guests come, or what you want them to think you do in your daily life. Just funny. Just a little tidbit to think about.
Man,
so let me know. I overthink it clearly. But
I think, I don't think about it until later, and like I'm a late processor.
Yeah.
So it's like it's only afterwards that I'm like, should have done something more. Like
no.
Like when I think mostly like when people come to the studio, like I'll just be in my office. People show up and like I hear the little door ring because it like rings when people walk in, and so I'm always like walking out and I'm like, in my bare feet, like I don't know what's going on. Like they don't know me.
That's comfortable though.
I always like bringing in for the real thing.
Always bringing in.
It's really awkward when people are not in it for the real thing.
We're talking about hugging. We're referencing.
Yeah.
That's what I say when you just like force a hug. Because of social anxiety. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Also, I have dogs too. So if I'm bringing in for the real thing, like my dogs are jumping. Usually what's happening when people come over is I'm just wrangling the dogs.
Yeah.
I got them on leashes. I got the e-collar going. I'd be juggling the dogs.
Double dipping.
I'd be juggling the dogs. And, no one likes a dog that jumps on you when you walk in. So I'm real adamant about it. Like, what makes me mad is when people who come over, they're like, they're fine. And they like let them jump. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah.
I'm training them to help me. Nobody likes that. I'm sorry. No matter how much you love dogs, nobody fucking loves that.
On that though, like you got to be on like a dog training. Like you got to be in that frame of mind. Because I feel like a bitch going to people's houses that don't train their dogs and they don't care. And then, the dog jumps on you and you're like down, off. And then like the people are like, and I'm always like, I'm sorry.
Your dog's misbehaving.
Yeah. Off.
That's unattractive.
Like I do that for my friends that are training their dogs. So they feel like we're all at that age where like we're getting dogs and like we're all trying to.
We're in it together.
Yeah.
Okay. Like dog training is universal. Like, let's just be on it. Like, let's get our dogs to be under control.
Yeah, but there's
nothing's more awkward than someone who doesn't like dogs and the dog is jumping on them. Like, I know that's uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable for you.
Yeah.
And for someone,
secondhand embarrassment for my dog.
Right. And for someone who's just like overanalyzing everything and just like being a host, like I'm just like, I'm going to control the environment for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So help me do that.
Yeah.
There it is.
I get it.
Let's get into the meat. The meat. Dude, I'm really excited about this episode. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Frazzled. A little frazzled. We are going through breakup songs. We asked you guys. Y'all pulled through. Y'all knew the assignment. You knew the assignment and you fucking aced the test because you guys popped off.
And if you don't think we already made a Spotify playlist, you're wrong. And let me tell you right now.
I've been listening for 2 days.
6 hours long.
I've been listening to it for 2 days. Yeah.
Insanity. Like,
it's so good, too.
Like, there's like 90 songs. There were quite a few repeats on the Taylor Swift Rex.
No surprise.
It might be 10% Taylor Swift songs. We'll get into it.
But she owns the genre.
She owns the genre.
Like, she is the queen of breakup songs.
She really is.
And I mean, you can't take that away from her.
Yep.
Actually, funny thing, I had a friend tell me yesterday, she goes, word for word, she's like, I feel like Taylor Swift has been writing songs specifically about my life and situations my entire life. And I was like, she owns the fucking genre.
Okay,
Because
I say this.
literally everyone feels that way. So it's like, how? Because she's talking about some real specific shit, okay?
Okay.
But it's somehow always relatable.
Yes. I feel like from this, I finally understand Swifties. I am really not like, I like a certain, so I'm an album listener. I'm a full album listener. And
It kinda makes
Laura
you a
and I have, Laura and I have talked about this, but some Taylor Swift albums get ruined for me because I hate the singles that come out before it. And so I'm like, I'm not fucking listening to this shit. And I think that's bad. And Laura has criticized me about it, and I'll take the criticism. But it's like, I'm sorry. Me with Brandon Urie should have ruined her career, and I will stand by that. That song is objectively horrible. But
What is it? Me?
yeah. Hoo, 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 hee, hee, hee.
Oh.
Or maybe it's not even that one.
Yeah.
It's
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know what it was called.
Come on, spelling is fun. If it's with my ing. No, I can't. I won't, and I shan't. I won't and I shan't. But I feel like I finally understand Swifties. Things we can say about Swifties, though, that absolutely 100% facts. They've undergone heartbreak. 100% guaranteed if you're a Swiftie.
They have had their heart ripped
open. Number 2, love puzzles.
What?
Have you been on Swift Talk?
No.
These bitches crazy, Jess. These people will get a Taylor Swift album, and it is like that meme of that guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with like trying to connect the dots. I'm like the one that always sticks out to me is like her song The One.
Yes.
Is about actually this girl that she used to be best friends with, because she and her went on a trip along the One in California. But like these people are like out of absolutely batshit bananas out of their minds.
And just connecting
They're
the
true
dots.
crime junkies for sure.
Oh,
and
because they just dissect every single one of her songs to just nail her life or just figure it all out.
And like there was this whole like they've lost it.
But T Swift,
she plays into it, and she
drops like subtle stuff like that for them.
That's what I mean.
For them to figure out, or for people to not know, or
little
just
breadcrumbs, little Hansel and Gretel,
little Hans and Gretel,
and Gretel action, and
That's kind of cool though.
Oh, that they love puzzles.
They love puzzles. They love figuring shit out.
Yes,
detectives. They are.
Yes, they are. Amateur sleuths.
Sleuths. That's the word I was thinking of this entire time. I'm like, what word am I thinking of?
Amateur sleuths.
Amateur sleuths. Dude, but T Swift does come through, and she definitely comes through on the playlist.
Okay, should we start off with a T Swift song?
Oh, I'll go for it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one T Swift song I picked. Oh man, I'm not prepared. All Too Well. I had to. You know why? Because it's the mecca of breakup songs. You feel a certain way when you're screaming it, you know? I'm going to read some lyrics here in a minute because these are the ones. Also, I heard she's been like redoing her albums.
Yes.
Taking Back Her Name, Scooter Braun issues. She is redoing this song, and there's been like this like snippet that's playing on TikTok.
Uh-huh.
It is fucking epic. Like I get goosebumps every time it comes on. I like it because I'm like, I'm here for this song. Not necessarily like Swiftie TikTok, but whatever. Okay, so
it's a dangerous place to be, Swift Talk.
Yeah, I'm not there. Can't be. So here is the famous lyric. And you call me up again just to break me like a promise, so casually cruel in the name of being honest. Sheesh. Hit him with it. Okay. Here is my psychoanalyst.
Whose breakup song is this?
Okay. You're at your all-time low here, but you're on the up and up. You probably dated a D3 football player, douche, and he treated you like shit the entire time and used you. But that's okay. We've all been there. She is okay. She's giving herself grace, and she's about to have a glow up. Because when you're listening to this song, you're screaming at the top of your lungs, and you're ready. You're on the up and up. You've been hurt. shit, you've been on the floor.
Yep.
But this is healing. This song means we are healing.
Yeah. The D3 football star was definitely Snapchat cheating. Was definitely in other people's.
He was liking other girls' Instagram posts.
Yep.
He
wasn't it.
He wasn't the one, even though you tried to make him that for a really long time.
Yeah. A girl that was really in love with the story of the college sweetheart and really wanted that for her and really has to come to terms with that ain't going to be me. That ain't going to be this.
No. Also, there's another quote that made me think of something. So, another quote that hits me deep in this song, because this song goes really deep for me. All jokes aside, I really love this song.
Yeah.
But no, the one line is, you told me about your past thinking your future was me, which I think is really good. Because it's like, and I was just thinking about this, like,
the same song?
in past relationships when you future talk all the time. And that gives you so much validation and staying in this relationship. You're like, oh, we're not going anywhere. He keeps talking about the future. I did this a lot, that I would constantly try to talk about the future to know that I was in it, like for that validation.
I'm guilty of that 110%.
Just to feel safe. If he's like, yeah, like in a month we'll go on that vacation, you're like, yes, we're in it for another month. You know, like shit like that I was doing a lot when I was in past relationships. And that just made me think of that. But I was also thinking of this time, or everyone, this maybe has happened, but when you are dating someone and their family has a wedding, your family has a wedding, and they're in your wedding photos. Like, I am in one of my ex's wedding photos of his family, his sister's wedding. Like, I'm on the fucking mantle. Who am I? We're both married now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny to think about?
Yeah.
It's a risky move, but it's like, feels good when you're in it. You're like, oh my God, they think I'm a part of the family.
I know, but it is always awkward.
Business.
It's always awkward when they want one with and one without.
Just in case shit goes south.
Just in case. Which
just
is like
in case you get kicked to the fucking curb.
I know.
See ya. Get out of here. Step out on this one.
Uh-huh.
That's why you just got to do them separate. Take an iPhone. We'll just do family only from here on out. I try to be wary of it when I'm photographing, but I'm like, this is kind of funny. But just if that happens to you, or if you've been a part of it, that's just funny. Like, I'm on someone's mantle right now. Like, well, remember Jess?
Yeah. But you want something fucking funny? At Dave's brother's wedding, I didn't know I was invited to family photos. And they later were like, where were you? Like, kind of annoyed with me. You're welcome, everyone. I didn't think I was a part of your family that day, and I'm not now. So
you don't have to edit me out.
You're welcome.
So you're not on anyone's mantle right now.
Yeah, I'm not on anyone's mantle. Great.
Okay, that's all I have for T Swift.
I love that. Let's go. Okay. Gravity by Sarah Bareilles. So the lyric, just to jog your memories, set me free, leave me be. I don't want to fall another moment into your gravity. Here I am, and I stand so tall just the way I'm supposed to be, but you're on to me and all over me. Okay. This person gave me, I said in the Google form not to give any spoilers. She gave some context or a story. They said, don't know if this counts as a spoiler, but 17 years old, smoking weed and having sex in his truck on break in the Mark's parking lot.
Oh my gosh. Oof is right.
Okay.
Mark's.
This person, I'm psychoanalyzing. First boyfriend, girlfriend, first relationship, real heavy. Maybe there's an age difference, which I feel like always throws people off, because it's like, you feel like you're mature in this mature relationship. If you're 17 and you're dating someone that's out of high school,
it ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work. It's weird, but you also just feel like you're above it, or you're, like, you this isn't a high school relationship. This is the real thing. Mm-hmm. And then they're banging you in the Mark's parking lot, which is immaturity.
You gotta do, man. You're 17. Your parents' home.
17.
Yes.
You got to keep that virginity
hidden
facade,
right?
To your parents. But this song is sad.
So
if this is your breakup song,
I have an interesting take on it. So I don't know if anyone watches So You Think You Can Dance.
Yeah.
But this was one of the most memorable dances, and so you think you can dance history. So if you know, you know. But it's portrayed as addiction, which is a really cool twist on the song, which is so cool about music too, because it's it can really translate to whatever you want it to be. But no, I just feel like that is how I associate the song.
Which I feel like people can be addicted to a person.
Oh, just something
like
that
feeling
you know
like
it's bad for you.
Like
and
you
just
feel like they ground you.
Yeah.
But this weird thing of knowing that it's wrong and it's bad for you. But it's like this like aching in the song of like, please leave me be. Like, please. Like,
let me go. Let me go. Because it's
like,
not going to be good if I stay.
Right.
It's wild. I mean, that's just cool too. And I was also thinking about this like sidebar with music. Is that, I mean, for me specifically, when I'm talking about breakup songs, sometimes like a song that was your song while you were dating is now your breakup song. Like it's just songs that will hit your, like it doesn't have to be about breakup or something sad, but it could have been your song that you felt related closely to your relationship. And now you guys are broken up and now that hits and cuts like way deeper. So a lot of that stuff is like some of my breakup songs are very much like that, or just like songs I listened to during the relationship.
Unfortunately, like I can't listen to Ben Howard anymore.
Ooh.
Great, fucking great. But like literally
it's too much.
It's a very specific time in my life. And like music that you bond over with another person, which is like you got to work through some shit if you can listen to that stuff.
I mean, Only Love by Ben Howard is like top notch.
But I'm always like skip.
I know songs that I'm just like can't handle.
But I'm an album listener. So it's like,
which is so wild. Like I'd be jumping.
I can't. No, I want to go on the story. I feel like as a former musician, as somebody who used to write music, it's like when someone like makes an album, like
there's a story.
And I want to like listen to the whole thing. And
good for you.
I really appreciate it.
That's great. I'm sure artists probably love to hear that. Truthfully, I feel like I know what kind of emotions I'm ready to feel, so I know all the songs that are going to hit those right spots. For me, it's like the connection between music and memory is like so strong. So for me specifically, I know a lot of people probably feel the same way. Like it is, but I feel like just like smells are for people, like it's strong as fuck for me. Like I can go back and like feel the same feels.
You want to know something? I talked to my sister. So my dad, as I've said, is old, right?
Well, he reuses foil, so
he reuses aluminum foil like a freak.
He's that old.
So my dad was 50 when he had me. I've gone over the story. But like my whole childhood, he had this tape from the 90s that one of his students made him. And we called it Charlie's tape. His student named Charlie made this mix CD. And it was the only thing that played. Like if the radio wasn't on in the car, it was this cassette tape.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the words to any of the songs in that. And I listened to it every day of my childhood. Madonna's Vogue. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I'm like, what childhood trauma did I go through to the fact that like I can remember every song that was on the radio in 2011 and I can't remember the songs that played on repeat from the years 1993 to 2006.
How do you not? I feel like stuff like that happens. You're like, how do I know every word? I feel like would be the opposite.
So what?
Hey, what's going on?
What trauma?
Let's dig deep.
Was it really just a bad radio sound system in my dad's?
Or maybe you were just like focused on other stuff, like stuff outside or playing with friends or thinking about other things.
Who knows?
That's kind of wild, though.
It is a weird fact. If anybody has any insight.
Okay. Where do you want to go from here? The next one.
Your
I'm going. All right. I'm going on this. This is Sorry by Beyonce. Okay. We know it. We know it. It is the ultimate hype song after a breakup. But I'm going to keep it real here.
I ain't sorry.
Here's the thing. I didn't write any lyrics to this. Everyone knows it. She ain't sorry. She's going out. I ain't thinking.
Middle fingers up. Tell him boy bye.
Tell him boy bye. She says, I ain't thinking about you.
Yep.
She is not thinking about. But here's the thing. You ain't over this person if you're listening to this song. I'm telling
No.
you that.
No.
Because it is absolutely a front. And you're in the angry phase if you're listening to the
Yep.
song, if this is your breakup song. Because this is what it says about like these like Demi Lovato. Baby, I'm sorry. Like you're not ready yet. Because you know when you're ready is when you're listening to the deep cuts.
The deep cuts.
The deep cuts tell me you're over and you're ready.
Yep.
But when you're in this stage, you're like, I ain't fucking ready. So you'll be crying over it next week when it really fucking hits you. You're ready to drink. You're ready to party it out. And you know what you're going to do if you're listening to this song before you go out? You're going to hit them with a you up text. You for sure. If you're going out, you're listening to this with your girls, you hit them with a you up and you will have scaries about it for the entire week.
But are we forgetting that I would have actually loved to see Beyonce have told him boy bye.
This is what I'm saying.
But she didn't.
She ain't thinking about you. The only thing she's thinking about is you.
Yeah, but like we're listening to this anthem as our breakup anthem, but like we well know that Beyonce did not leave Jay-Z.
And that's how I feel about this
And
song.
it's like,
and people who listen to it.
You just want to be like, fuck you. I'm not leaving you though.
But I'm not telling you boy bye.
Yeah.
I'm telling you boy you up.
Boy you up.
2 a.m. Ugh. That's how I feel about this song. Yes, it is great. It is one of my go-to jams. I will tell you that. I love it.
Yeah.
It is such a good song, but it is not, in my opinion, this I'm over you. I'm telling you, the people that listen to it are 100% not over it. Sorry, not sorry. Hey. That's all I got for Sorry by Beyonce.
Well, great. Okay. So this one was interesting that it got submitted because it has a completely different meaning to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Landslide by Stevie Nicks.
Yeah. I know. I thought that was interesting too. I was like, but also whatever memory jogs in their
whatever.
What I don't know. I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the line is, I've been afraid of changing because I've built my life around you. But this is really mine and my dad's song. Like I danced to the song with my dad at my wedding.
This is a dad episode.
I know.
Are you turning this into a Larry episode?
We love him. We love him. We live for him. But yeah, it that is what that holds a significance to me for. Like one of the first songs I learned on piano, like Laura and I would sing it to him on his birthday. Like it holds that sentimentality to me. But I think like if this isn't a song about your father who you have a very healthy relationship with, my psychoanalyzation is like this song is definitely a relationship that started while you're young. So like real young love. Mm-hmm. And you probably developed a lot together, went through a lot of milestones together, you know, prom and finding your college and like really growing up to the point where like you don't even know who you are without each other.
Yeah.
And I think people get to this point where it's like, you know, it's not right anymore. Like, you know, that like, you know, whether that's going to college on different ends of the country or like you just feel like the universe is pulling you apart. But this is a couple to me that like they don't know who they are without each other. And like it's like a sad to go situation.
Yeah. It's like we have to go our separate ways.
Yeah.
But what does that look like?
Right.
And it's sad to see it.
We hate to see it.
We do. That is sad. Also, like, relatable.
Yeah.
I mean, like, high school relationships and, like, dating and moving on. It's like, all you know is that person. And all you know is, like, I'll get into that with, like, my breakup song. Because it is kind of similar to that. It's just, like, growing up and growing apart.
Yeah.
Is really shitty. But it, like, it happens.
I, like, my high school sweetheart,
ways.
And I, like, it was just this like inner knowing for me of like, we either break up now or we never break up. And it was like, I just felt like I just had to like, I wasn't ready to like be like committed like that.
Yeah.
And I thought I was. And I think that's what's really fucked up. And like, because you talk future with people, you talk marriage, you talk kids, you name you know, like you're 18 years old, naming your first 3 children.
Oh yeah, especially in high school, that was like fun to do, and it was also like you didn't know you had this whole world ahead of you because it was still like a weird time where we were doing what our parents did. Yeah. Back then, obviously we've grown up and have not, but you kind of talked about out of high school, like your future begins, and it's like, oh no, not anymore. But
Yeah.
You did that a lot of future planning.
Yeah. And I really I think I wanted to know who I was without him. I wanted to know who I was going to be. And like, I didn't want to be so like concerned with like his well-being and like what was happening there.
Yeah.
So
you live and you learn.
You live and you learn. And it was a hard, shitty breakup that honestly, like that breakup lasted until I started dating Dave. So like, you know, like I was like even dating other people, but always like emotionally running back.
Oh yeah.
To Ryan. So it was just like, it was all fucked up. Relatable. Here to be relatable. Relatable to some.
Okay. Let's get into this. Are you ready for this one, Rach?
I love that this song we both chose, having never have heard it, but we just came up on the playlist and both hit Jess and I right in the face.
Yes. So it's Wouldn't Come Back by, I think we say Trousdale.
Trousdale.
Yeah. Never heard of them. I saw this and I saw the album cover. I was like, this looks just indie enough for me to fucking love it. And truthfully, I do judge people's album covers, and like that's why I'll be like, is this a good song or not? Right. So I hit play. Immediate ball session.
Oh,
bad. The fucking harmony is low-key spiritual.
I agree.
Like it was like unworldly. Yeah. I just had like an out-of-body experience. I was like, this is so good. Like that breakdown when they're just like go off. I was like, this is hitting
the emotional G spot.
The emotional G spot. It was
the nostalgia G spot.
Clearly did. Okay, so I'm going to read this lyric.
Okay.
Baby, if I keep running to you, I'll be running till my feet turn black, till my lungs collapse. It's the chorus, so clearly.
I know, but we chose the same thing.
And I wouldn't come back.
The next verse, we should read it, is so good.
Go for it. I have some other parts too.
Okay, is I can't give another year to you. Another second's going to drive me mad. And I won't do that because I wouldn't come back and I wouldn't come back.
This is another kind of situation we're kind of talking about like how I pictured it is like, we don't come back from this.
Yeah.
Like the relationship is bad for me, for us, and I know it. But like I can't trust myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I ain't coming back. Like once I'm in.
Yeah.
And I wrote this down. It says a lot about the people who relate to it.
Yeah.
Because you're an all-in kind of partner.
Yeah.
Because if you relate to this song, you understand this push and pull that she's going through.
Yes.
You're like, I will go all in and I will lose myself and we will I'll give everything I can to this relationship, but I know I shouldn't.
Well, and it's I will literally have to die.
Yeah.
To myself. And I mean, that is exactly how I felt like leaving like my marriage, which it was just this like, I'm going to die here. Mm-hmm. Like there was this point where like I had moved out and we had decided, okay, are we going to like keep working on this? It's kind of like a summer of that. And it was just this realization that like I would have to say goodbye to every dream I ever had, every hope I would want that I started allowing myself to have, you know, like separating from him and going through that process of like, okay, like maybe I can be on my own. And the idea of like entertaining the walk back was like, I would have to just go hard, go all in and just
lose
myself, just like be dead to myself.
Right.
And I think that's just like people that feel that, and the fact that like the song was even written is just like
it's so
big cry, big cry,
a big cry. But I mean, that's so true of you too. Yeah. Like as a person, like you're an all-in person with everything, and it's like if I go down this road, this is it,
right?
You know, and it's just one of those like it fucking sucks no matter what. But it's a beautiful song. Everyone should listen to this. It's so crazy that out of all these songs, like we pick this one. But it's
one of my friends is going through a breakup right now, and I just sent it to them.
Did you?
Yeah, but they were like, I can't.
Oh yeah. It's like can't handle this right now.
Can't handle that. I'm like, it really describes how, and that's what's so crazy about music. Like, we're gonna end the episode with mine and like Jess's personal songs, but like. There's this weird thing about music that like will just put everything you're feeling into this melodic therapy that's like
there's just so much research too. I was looking up on breakup songs being like really healing. And it's obviously it's reverse empathy. Like obviously it's like feeling for another person what you're going through. Right. So you're like, oh, dope, like same. I mean, and it's also like for me personally, it's like I'm listening to it and it's like allowing me to recognize and label my own feelings towards what's going on, because sometimes I struggle with that. It's like I have to listen to music to get like, you know, the journal flowing or like to get these emotions out, or like, why am I crying over this? Oh, because I have to like listen to lyrics to be like, oh, that's exactly how I feel, because I like couldn't put it into words. So I mean, the shit's healing, man.
It is. And that song is truly like, it is so good.
It's like emotionally engaging.
Yeah. So if you chose a song, you're an emotionally evolved queen, and we're here for it. And keep also, going.
If you ain't ready for it, my friend Meg Nye, shout out Meg Nye, I would always reference her, but she does this with sad songs. She's like the queen of sad songs. She loves sad songs. It's like all she listens to, even when she's in a really good mood. Shout out Meg. But she would be like, hey,
some dark underlying with
there's
Meg.
This one song that she like introduced me to, and I was like, hey, what was the name of that we listened to? And she like sent it to me, and she's like, hey, not too much. Not too much. You overdo it. Like, it really is fucking sad. And we do that all the time. I'm like, hey, not too much. Don't indulge too much. I'm like, do you know who I am?
Don't get lost. Don't get lost.
Right. Okay. You can take away the next one if you want.
Okay. We'll do, I think this is the last one I have.
Okay.
But it's When the Party's Over by Billie Eilish.
I fucking love this song.
The line that was chosen was, call me friend, but keep me closer. This song, number one, this whole album, I'm an album listener for the 400th time. This represents the summer 2019, year of my breakup. Also, weird emotional time with the other dude that shall remain nameless. But spoiler alert, we'll talk about him later.
It is about him.
Yeah. But to me, this song is like, if this is your like breakup song, you might never have even been in the relationship. It was a half relationship. One of those, like either you're just sleeping together or they're just like having this emotional relationship with you and relying on you in one solo aspect. So you don't get the whole package of a relationship. But you don't want to lose that person. So you maintain this half relationship. For example, it's like, you can call me when the party's over.
I'm just thinking that it's like they're not with you at the party.
No,
you're calling them after.
You go home alone.
Yeah.
In the song, you go home alone. Call me when the party's over, and it's the loneliest relationship you can be in because you're only half there.
One-sided.
Yeah, it's one-sided. And this song also like it's also like built on this miscommunication,
a miscommunicado,
if you will. But it's a very beautiful, heartbreaking song.
It's so good.
And I feel like probably very relatable to like the digital age of relationships and like how people can be one person online or via text and like another person in person.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so hurtful. But this whole album, dude.
Just Billie is on top of the world right now. I mean, she just dropped another album, Happier Than Ever.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the whole thing.
Oh, you need to give it a good car listen.
Okay, I haven't been obsessed with the singles, so I never get as excited.
Oh, I love both singles, actually. Okay. No, her song named after the album Happier Than Ever.
That
pops
the second half of that song. Yeah.
At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you guys. Be ready for the ride of your life.
Yeah.
Because that shit is just genius.
It is genius.
If you guys have not watched her documentary, it is so good.
Yeah.
She watches it herself in like balls and she like posts about it. And I'm like, I love that because it's so deep.
Therapy. It's therapy, probably.
It's so good.
Yeah,
like,
to watch yourself like that.
Yeah. It is. I am a huge Billie fan. So
love that.
Keep that shit up, Bill. You be killing it.
You be killing it.
So good. Okay.
Jess, are you ready for... Do you have one more?
I do have one more. It's funny. Because I had to. As a Drake fan, I had to put Marvin's Room
and
on
you know who submitted that?
No.
Jay Pridemore, baby.
Oh, well then That's the thing. I didn't purposely pick any of the songs I knew were my friends because I can't psychoanalyze you. I know what you guys went through.
Okay,
so your
yeah.
song is actually, so mine is funny. Okay. We love the Drake deep cuts. I love that this was submitted by him, but this is not for him.
Okay.
Okay.
I will translate to what this meant for him.
Okay. So the premise of the song that I take out of it, he's drunk dialing his ex, right? He's like, I'm just saying you can do better. Tell me, have you heard that lately? He's wasted. He's like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm better than this dude. Fuck this dude, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I said, it's the confidence in the song for me. And I said, you must got that Dasani pussy or that good dick to be out here calling someone like that. Yeah. And that's really what it is. It's super light. I was just like, no, you have got it.
Sorry.
You drunk dialed your ex for validation.
I need you to rewind to Dasani pussy, Jess.
Yes.
I'm taken aback. One of my criticisms for us on our podcast is I don't let those things ride for what they're long enough. And that's funny.
Thank you. But she has to. You know you got it.
Yeah.
You know you got that pussy on agua. And you out here drunk dialing your ex.
No. Oh my God. Okay, you want to know this?
Yeah, so what does it mean for Josh? Like it's a deep cut. But here's the thing. There are many Drake deep cuts. And I'll talk to Josh about this myself. There are many Drake deep cuts that we can go on. We can do it. These make sense. There's Fire and Desire. There's what's that other one? My favorite. Too Much.
Yeah.
A classic, you guys. And
you and Josh are Drake compatible to the nines, babe.
Yeah. Well, I'll go all day. That's why I specifically picked it and made it fun because
okay, so for Josh, this is because Josh talks about how like he was not over me in high school. Like
the song's about you. You're the ex.
Me and any other. So there was another girl that he was friends with that like overlooked him. But like him and this girl were actually friends, like actually hung out.
Okay.
Like, so it's Josh, like the things he wish he could have said to like me and this other girl. Like, I would treat you better. I would, but
how
babe,
funny.
Babe, speaking to you to the heart, my love, you were a stoner kid.
You were stoner dude in the van.
You were not that. You were not ready. You did not have that Dasani pussy for me. And you had some work. And now
here we are.
Now you are the whole package for sure. But
that's so funny.
Yeah, he was like, because I asked him, I was like, what did this represent? He's like, every fictional relationship I created in my head, babe.
That is amazing.
Yeah, he's like, I listened to it for like 4 years on repeat.
Just in the feels, like whenever it hit.
Whenever there was a girl that he caught feelings for that moved on.
He's like, I'm just saying you could do better.
Yeah, but it's like, yin, step up, bud.
You let me go. Yeah. You let
if I invite you over to my house,
Dasani pussy go.
Yeah.
And now it's
if I invite you over to my house, say more than 3 words to me and don't show up stoned out of your mind, kid.
The tip of the dick for you.
The tip of the dick for you.
That is it.
Got that J. Pridemore 19-year-old swag.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We're going to talk about our own breakup songs.
Without alcohol.
This will be tough for me. But I'm ready. I've okay. I'm not gonna say matured. I wasn't gonna say that.
Okay.
I'm ready to sob.
So I have breezed over this dude previously, okay? And I've talked to Josh about this last night. I was talking about him, this guy. What should we call him? Jack. Oh, that suits him, actually.
I know. He looks like one.
Yeah, he could be. Okay. So the only way I can describe it is like Jack had me fucked up.
He did.
He had me fucked up.
I can validate this.
I've talked about him before. It was that like connection at first sight, love at first sight, like weird, something I've never felt before, like chemical. Okay. But I knew it was not right. It was this I was going from a failing marriage to like having feelings, catching feelings. Not a good time for me. Ignoring the feelings. It was like a good year of just like me really fucked up about it. Like I started looking into past lives, bought books on Amazon, like because I was like, I need to understand what the fuck is going on here. But
big emotions.
So I had left my marriage, and it would have been the only time where Jack could have like come forward about his feelings for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I never came forward about my feelings for him because again, I was like, nah, like I this is unhealthy. Like the things I feel for you are not healthy. Like I would have ran away with him to Mexico in a dirty van. Like not good, Rach. And
but also it wasn't all you. I feel like things were just weird.
Things were weird.
Like you tried to do something nice for him and he was like, what?
Oh, I'm going to go to Australia for 3 months and then move to Montana.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He just pieced out.
He dipped quickly.
If this tells you anything about this guy, like he just not a good dude. I asked him, I was like, I just want to have like a goodbye. Like I want us to like get a drink, say bye. Like we'd work together for like a year. Like let's just say
just
goodbye.
Like underlying flirting the whole time too.
Yes.
Just like you both knew but didn't act upon.
But yeah. And he left without saying goodbye. He texted me and I just was like,
can't handle this.
I was just like, I remember just like dropping my phone and just being like fucking classic, this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like so rude and so dismissive. And it's like either like I don't, it made me feel like I did something wrong when I was just like, I'm not trying to get you from moving, following your dreams, like go do you, but like don't be a fucking asshole. Like say goodbye to like at the very least your friend.
Right.
But he wouldn't. Okay. So
what song is
this?
This
song is called September by Ayani.
Oh, that's yours.
That's my son.
It's on the playlist.
Uh-huh.
Cute.
Yes, I put mine on there.
Oh, cute.
I think this artist is amazing. Absolutely insane. A very like deep cut artist, if you will. Like she's not popular, but this album is top 3 albums, the best albums I've ever heard. Cohesive, well written, like but okay. I'm not nervous talking about this at all.
No. Never.
Okay. And when the sun came up, something new had filled your place. So I'm dancing on the train and I'm blanking on your name. And my need for you is gone. And my need for you is gone. And my need for you is gone. This is just like, it represents the song for me of like the guy that almost was, or like that I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's so much more to the lyrics in the song. But this song truly like healed me in the space of like putting these thoughts into like feelings, because it was so hard. Like I remember like just like really feeling like there'll be nothing more than him. Like I will never feel this way about anyone again. And it took me so like, you know, like dating Josh and being like, these aren't the same feelings. They're different feelings, but they're good feelings.
Right.
And it really took until like I healed from all the things I need to heal from with Josh to be like, truly, if I saw Jack at a bar, I wouldn't wonder. Like I would just be like I wouldn't want to know.
That.
I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to know where he's been or what he's been doing. Like I'm not curious anymore. Like the whole like blanking on your name thing. Like who are you anymore?
Yeah.
Like
I've erased you.
Yeah.
Like from my feelings, from my thoughts, from my life.
Yeah. Because it is this weird thing of like, I just know that like there was a weird connection. But like I deserve so much better. And there's another verse in here that, and there's a new guy and he loves me more, something along those lines. And it's like, of course, someone that wants all of me will have more of me.
Yeah.
And, it's this weird thing of like this guy that like we weren't ever together. We never talked about our feelings for each other. We never held hands. We never kissed. We never had that.
Which might seem bizarre, like as you hearing her feelings talking about it, but it was like very intense for you. I remember
very intense for me.
Like that's the best way to describe it. It was like, I'm like, Rach, what is going on then? I was like, when what your time? She's like, Jess, I can't explain this shit. It's just so very intense.
I did not like it. I didn't feel in control.
It was all encompassing.
And I think like in the end, the reason why like I I didn't say anything was because like I feel like I always need to be in control.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something I was not in control of.
Dude,
Like,
and people fall for those types of people all the time. And what a wild ride it is for them.
And I think it helped that I was in a marriage that didn't work. And I was like,
because you would have fell right over head over
my
heels.
God.
And people do all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it ends up.
It would have been so toxic.
Yeah.
Like we would have hurt each other so badly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm convinced we hurt each other so badly in a past life that it made him fucking move to Montana.
So it can't be around you. Your energy's too strong.
Seriously.
That is wild.
Yeah. So insane. But
good song though.
Jack, cheers to you.
Cheers to you. I've erased you. But best of luck wherever you're at.
Best of luck.
Godspeed.
Peace and blessings for you.
Peace and blessings.
Okay, this is your turn.
Okay. My breakup song is Try by Nelly Furtado. People don't know this about Nelly Furtado, but she has some serious deep cuts.
Really?
Her album Folklore is like top-notch albums.
Really?
Yes. It's
the folklore before Taylor folklore.
Yeah. It's actually really good. So the lyrics are all of the moments that already passed, we'll try to go back and make them last. All of the things we want each other to be, we never will be. And that's wonderful. And that's life. I actually wrote these lyrics in my breakup letter to this guy. And it's just truly for us. And it was about going through life and becoming aware of who you're becoming. And that was like an end of an era for me. And I was like literally just graduated from college and growing up. And like basically like my partner was wanting more from me emotionally, and I just like couldn't give him that. And where was I at? Couldn't give him that like emotionally. And it was like we were wasting time trying to change each other.
Yeah.
And that is kind of like what this song is about. Like where we want each other to be these different people. And we cannot make that happen.
Right.
And we just have to stop this. And we can't keep fighting for something that we both aren't. You know what I mean? So it was really tough. And that song just really, really resonates with me every time. It's like one of those I can't listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it just is like, I will break down. But we grew apart. And that is the story.
So I saw this TikTok that it was like this, guy saying like, stop being mad at people for them going off the script that you wrote for them in your head. Like saying like, you don't get to decide how people are going to act. And I think that happens a lot in relationships of like, you have this like expectation, like I want my partner to be X, Y, Z. They're not showing me that they are X, Y, or Z, but I'm still going to hold them to these standards and I'm going to get mad at them.
Yes.
And when they're not.
It was like a relationship built in high school. And we talk about this. Built in high school and like held to those same standards of who I was then.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I've got this. I went to college. I have this life experience. I went up and I did all this stuff. And this is who I'm trying to be.
Like, do you feel responsible for the breakup? Or like.
Yes, because it was so one-sided. Because it was like, it was that you're doing this to me, I actually went back and like read the letter just to get some clarity on it that went down. Not the letter that he had wrote me. And it was like kind of freeing because it was like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at me. This is no one's fault. I just always knew it would go down this way.
Yeah.
And that's just like a subtle dig. I felt like it was like, I always knew it would be you leaving me, but it was like, I don't blame anybody. Also, we were really young. So I'm not like I'm not pressed. I'm not pressed about this.
22 when you like broke up.
Probably 21.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like things obviously like for a relationship that lasted that long, it's like obviously.
Well, it's like formative years. That time is different.
Yeah. And it's just like, think about that, like built in high school and just like held to those same expectations, of all this stuff. And it's like, no, I really want my life to look a little different. I want to, and it's also like in that time I was becoming me. I was trying to figure out what that looked like.
Right.
And I needed to be on my own and I needed to figure that out. And I mean, that's what I was telling him. That was 100% what I was. And it's like, I cared about him. I loved him. You know, I wanted to still be close to him, but it's like, obviously that can't happen.
Right.
But, yeah. And then there's another lyric that says, I can see you standing there wanting more from me, and all I can do is try. And try is the name of the song. And it's like, I can only be me. This is me figuring it out. And all I can do is try, like, you wanting this life.
Yeah. Something that I think is important to acknowledge is he didn't want more of you. He wanted less of you. He wanted less of who you were. Who you are.
Right. Who I was wanting to become or... Oh,
he didn't want like more of that person.
Right.
And I think like that's the sacrificing yourself, like sacrificing who you are is like, you're not in love with me anymore. And it sucks when someone who you're like trying to end things with makes you feel like that's what's happening. And it's like, you don't love me. That was the most frustrating thing with my divorce was like, I'm like, you don't love me. You don't love my hobbies, my interests, my like, you don't love me. Yeah. You love what I do for you. You love the idea of not breaking up. You love a lot of things, but they aren't me.
Like the things that make you truly you.
Yeah. You don't love. And that's just like, that's what makes breakup so hard is like you can't make them see what you want them to see in that moment. Like that was the hill I tried to die on until I was like, fuck it, fuck you.
Right.
Like that's really what I had to get to was like, you don't get it and you're not going to get it.
Yeah. I feel like that was just in this time thinking back was such a season of change.
Yeah.
Like I was changing and I wanted to change and I did. Like I would not. I know people say I wouldn't be where I am today, but it's like truthfully, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't be the same person. And I love who I am today.
Right.
And I love the people that love me and I love the people I surround myself with. And it was like, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be this person I'm proud of today sitting here.
Do you feel like thinking about that breakup is hard because you feel like you hurt them?
Yes.
And that's like where your pain, like thinking back on it, will come from.
For sure. It feels like that air has not been cleared. I mean, it's been years and we've had interactions, good and bad, throughout the years. You know, it's just like sometimes it's really great and it's positive, and other times it's like, oh, there's this, you know, dismissiveness towards me, and it's like that makes me feel like you're still hurt, and I don't want you to feel that way because I still care about you, and I just would love both of us to come to, I'm happy for you. Yeah, that would be so awesome. But I know, like, I can't obviously force that upon someone or like make them feel any certain way, but like that's how I feel. Yeah. And for that if that were to be reciprocated, I could like
breathe maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. You hold a lot of like empathy for that season of like in that person that I've never understood, you know, like as your friend that wasn't there. I've always been like, who is he? You know?
Yeah,
like,
but he's just a name that I talk about a lot. Yeah. And like everyone in my life knows, like, because it was such a awesome time. Like there's no like ill feelings towards it. It was like 10 years of my life. That's a really long time. Yeah. And those years were awesome and it was fun. And that person was really important to me. So it was like, I don't just like write him off like he was just another dude. Like I spent a majority of my life with him. So it's like, I'm not going to forget it.
No.
Or, you know, I just wish it would have ended on a note that I felt I could like sit with.
Yeah. But like conflict. Like you're never going to sit
But hey,
well.
conflict ain't for me.
Right.
Couldn't it be me addressing something head on?
No.
So. No.
But I think that person also gave you a complex about conflict.
Could have been.
And they might kind of like that you hold this anxiety. Like a sadistic.
Wouldn't know.
Freaker.
Wouldn't know.
I'm on team hate him. I don't know him, so I hate him. All your other friends are like, he's cool. But I'm like, nah. Garbage.
Can't say.
I'm on team Jess.
Team Jess.
Team Jess.
There it is. That is breakup shit.
Breakup shit.
It's hard, man. It ain't easy. Yeah. Talking from people who are happily in relationships now. So it's like hard to go to a place like that because it's like, I don't go often. But when I do.
Yeah.
You know, I love deep cuts. I love music. I love connecting music with what I'm going through in my life. It's like how I get through. So
Yeah.
I love it. I feel really passionate about talking about music. So
Yeah. we're going to put the Spotify album up. I'll probably be able to put it in the link tree. And I didn't talk to it. Should I have it so people can add their own songs into it?
Yeah.
Like a collaborative. So we can just keep growing and growing.
Yeah. Just keep adding sad songs. They don't have to be breakup, just sad shit, man. We love sad shit.
I know. Oh, wait. There was a bonus. This was fun. I remember thinking this was funny. Okay, hold on. We'll see if it. Oh yeah. So we'll leave it on this. This is for someone funny. Something funny. But the song is "Someday Someplace" by Palace. I don't know the song.
Mm-hmm.
The lyric that they chose: "Someday, somewhere, I'll see your face with your child and husband and holy grace, and I'll be happy as can be. Crack a smile to you, girl. Forever, you're forever in me." But this person said, "I secretly added this song to their Spotify because I made it known that this was our breakup song."
So this person added to the other person's playlist.
Yes.
Being like,
yes, I hope you
like
listen to this and
subtle
think of
thing.
me.
Right. So every time it comes on, like they're shuffled, they're like, fuck, man.
Fuck this.
Cross their mind. Cross their mind. That's funny.
That's a psycho move.
And I'm here for that, actually. Because
Because
that's how I communicate through music. So totally relatable.
You have access to their Spotify.
I know.
The shit that can be done.
I know. That's funny.
Don't change your password. That's rude.
Well, there it is. Another one in the books.
Another one, Jess. Are you okay?
Another one. Yeah, I'm good.
Good. I knew the music was going to be a good one for you, but also, Nelly Furtado bringing you up.
It'd be bringing up memories, but we're
here.
We feel the feels and we go through it, and that's called growth.
It's called growth,
and it's called 2021,
Year
a year
growth.
of you know what it is, growth.
Your growth.
All right, guys, we love you. Thank you again for everything, for listening, tagging along with us. Tune in next week.
Yeah, to some episode we definitely have planned.
Yep, you got it. Bye.
Bye.